it's your girl Ari, and I'm new to YouTube. This is my first video. I'm really hyped. I'm really excited. I've been wanting to do this video for the longest time. For like a whole year now. Oh my god. And excuse my voice because I am sick, so I sound like really bad. So yeah, excuse that. But I'm really excited for this video. As you can already tell, I'm doing my coming out story. And for those of you who don't know, I am bisexual, and I came out around like literally almost a year ago. It'll be a year on New Year's Eve, I think. It's like sometime around this time. My brain's stuck. Anyway, like around Christmas and New Year's. But I just said New Year's Eve because like my first ever girlfriend came over during New Year's Eve because we had like a little party at my house. So she came over or whatever, met my parents, yada yada. So yeah, so it's been about a year now that I've been out. I was kind of scared to come out because I wasn't sure like how my parents were gonna take it, how my family was gonna take it, my friends, like I was not sure. I mean, me and my parents, we've discussed it before, not like me specifically, but just like in general, like their opinion on like people who are gay and stuff like that, and like the LGBTQ community, and they're fine with it. Like, you know, they never said anything negative towards the LGBTQ plus community or anything like that. So I kind of already knew, like, you know, they'll probably be fine with it, but it's different when it's like your kid. So I didn't know how they were gonna react. I wasn't sure how my friends were gonna react because a lot of them are supportive of me, and a lot of my friends said that they would be. I mean, there's like one friend in particular who said that they were like supportive, but then when I told them that I was bisexual, they like weren't supportive of me. So, you know, it was kind of like, overall I feel like my experience has been pretty good, but there was just like a few people that weren't okay with it. So let me start off with like how I knew like I like both women and men. So I was like pretty young. I mean, I feel like there wasn't really a specific time, but I remember in 5th grade, like I had my first real crush on a girl, and I didn't know like if this was normal, if it wasn't. I mean, I didn't really see like too many people dating the same sex like in my grade. I mean, it's 5th grade, so like, you know, a lot of kids aren't dating, but you'd be surprised. But anyway, I didn't really see it happening, so I didn't think it was really normal, but then again I did, because I was like, you know, it's just a matter of who you like. Like I thought, you know, some people like men, some people like women, and that's how it is. But then when I got like older into the higher grades, people started using labels, and I was like, oh, that's what it's called. And like I didn't even know that it was like in its own specific category. Like I didn't know that there was all these different labels and categories and stuff like that. And then I started to realize like, oh, like this is who I am. And so yeah. And I figured it out, and I never really told anyone until last year because I was kind of scared. I didn't feel like I was really sure or not. I didn't feel like I was ready to tell my parents because I was like, well, you know, I don't know if I really am attracted to both men and women or not, so I wasn't sure if I should really tell them, so I didn't, and it was just like a secret since I had my first crush in 5th grade. So last year I told them, and they were really fine with it. Like they weren't like surprised, and that's the part that got me, because my mom was like, I already knew, and I'm like, how did you know? I swear, parents always say that. They say, oh, I already knew, blah. But I was like, how did you know? She said, because the guys that I would date were feminine. I was like, T. But she said she already had a feeling. But, you know, parents, I gotta say, they do have that, like, 6th sense or whatever. So, you know. But she said she already knew. And then a couple of days later, I was like, okay, because like she knew I was like friends with this girl at the time last year, and we was like good friends, you know. So she knew I was friends with this girl, and like I guess she could tell that we liked each other. So she already had a feeling before I came out to her. And then a couple of days later, it's all happened really fast. Like I move really fast with things, and like this all happened really fast. So then a couple of days later, it was New Year's Eve. She came to see me, and you know, she was my girlfriend. So, you know, my mom knew, like my siblings, like I didn't come out to them. So like I told my parents, but then I didn't really like come out to them right away at the same time, because it's like it's different. I feel like I have 5 siblings, and they're all older than me. So I'm the oldest, and they look up to me. So it's like a lot of pressure, and I was really, really nervous. Like I was really nervous to come out to them more than my parents, because my parents are older. You know, like they understand more about that kind of stuff. My siblings are really young. They don't. They're like 10 at the time. They were like, you know, from I'm gonna say from like 8 or 9 to about 11 and 12. So, you know, the younger ones were like, that's kind of weird. Like, you know, where did this come from? Like, why? Like, what does that even mean? And they mainly just felt like it was kind of weird. And I mean, it kind of is if, like, to them, if you haven't been exposed to that. Because I've brought, like, you know, I've only been in one female relationship, and that was that one. And the rest were, I would bring like my boyfriends around them, but I never brought a girl around them. So it was kind of strange for them to adjust to. So I sat them down on the couch, and I was like, okay guys, I need to tell you something. I'm bisexual, and I told them this after I brought my girlfriend to the house. So they already kind of like sensed that something was up, but they didn't know what. So I told them, and they were like, they had a million questions, you know, because that's how kids are. They have a million questions about everything, which is normal. I don't blame them. So they were asking me like, you know, what is that? And I explained it to them, and they were still kind of confused and like, you know, that's weird, but you know, they're kids, so of course. So yeah, they felt that way about it. My parents were accepting. They were too, but you know, they have their different point of view on it. And then I remember I told my grandma. Ooh, that was okay. So I told my grandma, and like she's, you know, old school. So I mean, she's not that old school, but like okay. So I told her, and she was like, because I was like, I have a girlfriend, and she was like, you have a what? And I said, I have a girlfriend. Like, did I stutter? The heck? So I told her that, and she was like, but this is listen, y'all. This is the question that she asked me. She was like, but you're not a full-on lesbian, are you? What? I was like, no, I'm bisexual, but would it really matter if I was? And at the time, she was with my aunt. So her and my aunt were together when we were talking, and my aunt was like, would you love her any less if she were a lesbian? Like, what's your point? So I was kind of mad, because I was like, you know what, like you're supposed to be like my family, like she raised me, so I was like, you know, you're supposed to be my family and support me, and I feel like you're judging me. I mean, she didn't like disown me or anything like that, you know, thank God, but I just felt like, you know, it was like still fresh for me coming out. So for her to say that, it was kind of hurtful, you know. But I was like, you know, whatever. Everyone's entitled to their opinions, so that's fine. You know, so that was that. And I came out to my friends, and some of my friends said that they already knew too. And I was like, what? What? Because, like, I never really expressed it. Like, I never expressed that side of me, really, to them or my family I mean, my family kinda, but not really to my friends. So I was like, what? Y'all tripping. So, yeah, they said that they already really knew. My friends didn't really care, but I had my best friend. I'm not gonna say any names, but I told her, and she was like so mad, and I was like, what the heck? Like, you're supposed to be my close friend, like my sister, like, you know what I mean? And she was like, I wouldn't expect you to be like gay. And I was like, I don't know what that means. Like, okay. She was like going on a rampage though. She was like, you're gonna go to hell, like you're a sinner, like that's not supposed to be the way that it is. She was just saying like all this stuff, like I'm gonna go to hell, that I'm not gonna be able to have kids if I'm with a woman, that just things. And I was just like, okay, well, in that case, we don't have to be friends, you know, because I feel some type of way. Because she was saying all these different things that I'm not going to repeat, but she was basically just mainly saying that I'm going to go to hell, that I'm a sinner, and all these, this, that, and the third. Feel me? So I was like, you know what? I'm getting some really negative vibes from you right now. So at that point when we had this conversation, I was like I'm gonna head out. We I think we've seen each other since then because I was moving from like because I used to live near her, like right next to her. So I was moving and like we saw each other, but I never talked to her. And she asked my parents like about me, but she hasn't contacted me. I haven't contacted her. So that's just what it is. I mean, I'm kind of, you know, hurt by it, but at the same time I'm not, because she just showed me her true colors. And like if you was really my true friend, then you would really support me. So it is what it is. I don't really care. But my true friends, they really have just accepted me and they don't really care. Like sometimes they'll make jokes about it, but like that's what friends do, you know? And I was really just scared about what other people were gonna think, like my whole life, like that I haven't truly been myself. And I really wanted to make this video not just to talk about my story, but I really wanted to just tell y'all and, you know, that it's okay to not be sure of yourself and to just take time to figure it out, because that's what I did. I wasn't 100%, but then I took some time to figure it out, you know, but always be yourself. I mean, it's hard because you don't want to be judged, because as humans, we are really judgmental, but always be yourself no matter what, because if you're not true, I feel like if you're not true to yourself, you're not really living. So that's my advice, is to always be yourself. And it sounds really cringy, but like I said, if you're not being yourself, then I feel like you're not really living your true life. And you're living the life that others want you to live, because you're like, well, so and so believes in this and so only likes that, so I'll live that way. That's living under their customs and their beliefs, and I feel like I could never do that. Like, I would live life my way, because at the end of the day, like, you know, this is all I'm gonna have until I die. Like, it's my story. I can't live their story because, you know, they're not me. So, and like, I feel like this is how I'm gonna live, you know, the rest of my life. Like, whatever, and this is how I have been. Whatever choices I make is gonna be based on what I believe in and how, you know, how I want to see myself in the future. Like, I could not see myself in the future still not being out. Like, it was so hard for me to not be myself. So I feel like that's very important, is for you to always stay true to yourself and, you know, believe in yourself and just be you, because, you know, no one else can really tell you how to live your life. I mean, they can tell you, but, you know, are you gonna listen? That's your choice, if you're gonna listen or be true to you. So that's my message from my story. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want more videos like this, let me know. Just make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And just comment down below what you thought of this video. What could have been better in this video. Let me know like what other videos you think I should do. Like, cause I've been thinking of doing like challenges, stuff like that, you know. So just let me know what you guys think I should do. Okay, bye.
Maybe we can be on chill tonight. Maybe I can give you chill.